Hey, it's Dave. I'm back again. We recently hit over 10,000 subscribers, and because of that, I'm doing a special Q&A. I've collected various questions from YouTube comments and also Discord, and I'm hoping to answer them to the best of my abilities. I'm going to split this video into two sections. First section is going to be questions meant for me, and the other section is going to be for the Abridged characters. I just want to say again, it's awesome that I got this many subscribers off of talking about this show. I didn't think 100 people would subscribe, let alone 10,000. But we're here, so why don't we just get started? To Dave, if one of your members successfully manages to turn their original story into a show and/or video game, will you watch/play it? I've gotten lots of comments from people who want to be writers and/or animators for various reasons, and they most commonly show up to my video essays because High Guardian Spice is the perfect teaching tool for what not to do when you're making a story. I think that looking at something really bad can inspire you even more than a good story because it lets you know that your dreams are entirely possible if this got made. So if any of my fans actually successfully make a TV show, book, whatever, I'd love to check it out. That sounds awesome. Have you ever thought about making a video together with Ray Rodriguez or inviting him onto the server? I've never actually spoken to Ray before or tweeted at him or anything, so I don't really know if he'd be interested in that, but I have a feeling that he wouldn't be, mostly due to the fact that I make fun of this show so much. But if he was interested in collaborating, yeah, I'd love to do that. That sounds hilarious. Get to speak to the man behind the legend. But I have a feeling that's not going to be happening anytime soon, if ever. If you were tasked to make a Season 2 for High Guardian Spice, which characters would you remove and which characters would you change? Making a Season 2 of High Guardian Spice is a difficult task, mostly because it has to be attached to Season 1. If I had to choose which characters to remove, just get rid of Redbud, please, for the love of God. If we do make a second season, why don't we make Amaryllis and Snapdragon the main characters and forget about everyone else? If you had to choose the worst possible aspect of the show, what would it be? I think overall, one of the main issues is the overall lack of focus within this show. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's very non-committal when it comes to elements of its story, and it often loses focus on things that are important. The world feels incredibly underdeveloped, and it kind of felt like they were making things up as they went along. What's your favorite Abridged episode and/or everyone's favorite voice line from the series so far? I think my favorite Abridged episode that I've made so far would have to be Consumicide. I think that episode just had a lot of really good gags. As for my favorite line in the series that I've made so far, I'd probably have to go with I want kill people legal.
I want kill people legal.
How do you feel about the Fortnite Battle Pass? I don't play that, so I don't know. How have you not gone insane watching this show over and over again? I have a very high bad show tolerance level. This show would have broken a weaker man by now, but I am too strong for its influence. Also, pro tip, for anyone who wants to watch the show and not go insane, please watch it with friends. You can find a lot of enjoyment out of making fun of it together. Watching it alone is kind of miserable. How would you rank all the episodes from worst to best? It's kind of hard. A lot of them are equally terrible. I still think episode 11 is one of the worst in the series, but episode 1 might also be a contender for that. All I do know is that episodes 8 and 9 would be near the top, and episodes 1 and 11 would be near the bottom of that list. My question to Dave, in the second episode of the Abridged series, what was the word-for-word description the Triad gave to the students about what a Guardian is? I talked about this in my director's commentary, but when I'm talking off-screen and you can't hear me, I'm usually doing one of two things, reading a Wikipedia entry or talking about NFTs. For this instance in particular, the Triad were reading the Wikipedia page for child soldiers as a description of what a Guardian is. That's not what they said in-universe, but that was what I was reading for that line, and I think it's fitting. How planned out beforehand is the Abridged series? Is the story arc already developed, or are you just winging it? When we first started, I had no plans at all, because I didn't think the series would go that far, but considering we're all the way here now, I actually do have a plan for what I want the plot to be. For the first episode, the script was really underdeveloped and I was basically just improvising everything, but now I have a more clear idea of what I want the series to be like. High Guardian Spice Abridged is only going to last a couple more episodes, and even with how bad High Guardian Spice is, you're going to run out of content eventually. What are your plans post High Guardian Spice? So this is 90% of the questions I got. What am I going to do after the High Guardian Spice well ran dry? Am I going to make video essays on other series? Am I going to abridge other series? What am I going to do with the channel? And the answer to all of these questions is actually pretty simple.
I have no idea!
Being serious for a second, I had no plans for this channel to go anywhere whatsoever. Its entire existence is due to a shitpost idea I had with my D&D group. I was entirely unprepared for this to blow up, and I didn't think it would go anywhere at all. So I'm not really sure what I want to do with this channel after High Guardian Spice Abridged is finished. I've tossed around some ideas, but it never led to anything conclusive. I would love more than anything to make this YouTube channel into my job, because I love editing videos for you guys and I love the attention they get. But I'm also not entirely certain that outside of High Guardian Spice I can pull in the numbers necessary to make that happen. This is one of the things that I'll have to take a lot of time to actually figure out. Once the series is finished, I might put the channel on hiatus so I can figure out what I want to do with it. I was thinking about maybe doing something involving the MCU, but... I don't know. What was your inspiration to make all these videos / make your channel? What the fuck was that profile pic? Anyway. So I first heard of High Guardian Spice back when the announcement trailer came out and everybody was shitting on it. I then completely forgot about it up until the time that it released and everybody started hating on it again. I'd saw so many videos saying that it was the worst thing of all time, and I was questioning whether or not that was true. So I ended up daring one of my friends to watch like one episode as a joke, and they actually did it, and they came back to me saying it was one of the worst things I've ever seen. At that point, I was like, okay, now I have to watch it. So I made a pact with one of my friends to finish the whole thing, and by the time we were done, it was... oh my god, it was something. Like a week or so after I finished watching it, an idea came into my head. What if we were to make an abridged series of this show? So I went to my D&D group and was like, hey, do you guys want to abridge this with me? And they said yes. So we scrambled together the first episode, released it, and people actually watched and enjoyed it. So then we made a second one, and then we decided to make the Discord go public, and then the rest is history. So essentially all of this started because of a dare. This is why you don't make bets, kids. You could end up working with High Guardian Spice for months. Learn from my mistakes. You can be better. But seriously, though, I'm really glad I did this. It's been a lot of fun. Can you leave? You know what? That's an excellent idea. So why don't I leave and we start with questions for the abridged characters, because that's the fun part. Time to move over to the next section. To Amaryllis, how many people have you directly and or indirectly injured or killed so far?
Let's see. Leland, Hickory, all those kids in the courtyard, multiply by 7, divide by 2. Wait, are we counting cats as people? Because I've set a lot of those on fire. Let's round down to about 400.
400? Real? What's wrong with you?
I can make it 401. Yeah, that's what I thought.
To Rosemary, what's the biggest thing you've ever eaten? Oh, Andromeda, of course. That was huge. It was like one big cookie. Think of the biggest cookie you've ever seen, and it's probably like double that.
I'd say Andromeda was a little larger than a big cookie, Rose.
Do not underestimate the power of the cookie.
This is so stupid.
Question for Parsley. Have you managed to successfully create a mecha? Hell yeah, mate. Check this shit. It's got air conditioning too, it's awesome. To Mage87, why do you support using weapons of magical destruction? Thanks to the Second Amendment of the Scarborough Constitution, all members of the kingdom are allowed to own a terrasphere for self-defense. This is also true in which country thanks to the Triumvirate's legal team fighting for that right. The Triumvirate are really bastions of hope for the people. Remember kids, terraspheres don't kill people, old magic users do when they screw up their rituals. Sage, how do you feel when Rosemary eats something that you would think is impossible?
This happens all the time. Whenever I try to figure out what Rosemary can and can't eat, she always ends up shattering my expectations. Here are some examples. Rosemary, you can't eat that. That's radioactive.
Relax, Sage.
Rosemary, you can't eat that. That's a volcano.
Relax, Sage.
Rosemary, you can't drink that. That's the Pacific Ocean. Every time I question her, it ends in disaster.
To Snapdragon and Amaryllis, how did you two become friends?
One of the kids at school tried to beat me up, and Amaryllis turned him into a lizard.
Wait, lizard? I thought it was a frog.
No, that was Hickory.
Oh, yeah.
To Hakone, how does it feel to be the handsomest, epicest, strongest, handsomest, coolest, awesomest, and chattest guardian to ever exist? Ever.
Would be better if I was the best guardian in a different show.
To Time, when are you going to enact your plans to end capitalism?
I'm trying my best to bring this corporate hellscape to an end. It's hard work, though. Those wealthy people are really powerful. I swear to Yahweh, we need to eat the rich. Not like that.
To Rosemary's dad, is the only reason you bake to feed the demon? Oh yeah, keeping Rosemary fed has been a challenge and a half. I am really glad she doesn't live here anymore. I remember I once had to bake 100 cakes in a single day to stop her from destroying the village. I do feel sorry for all those people in Lingarth now, though. To Rosemary, why does your hairstyle deny the laws of physics? It should be impossible to have big balls of hair on the sides of your head. Big hair go poof. To Caraway, I was just wondering, do you just happen to be trans?
Who told you?
I would love to know if the teleporting pigtails girl exists in the Abridged series, and what some of the mains think about her if she does.
Let's just say Rosemary isn't the only demon in this school.
Hello, me. Are subscribers a food? Oh, hi, me. Yeah, subscribers are a food, I think, but Dave won't let me eat them because he says it's bad for business. That guy is a total jerk. I should eat him next. To the Triad, how many children have perished at your school in total? Do the teachers bet on how many will die and which ones will go first? Definitely, we've killed 1,000 at least. I bet on them all the time. I said that Snapdragon kid would die day one, but clearly I lost. And I took all the money. Go fuck yourself. Okay, now you listen here, you son of a bitch. Just because you took all my money doesn't mean you just had it to me. All right. To Slime Boy, where did you get such an angelic voice? You have a stomach angel? That's so cool. Can you show me? I want to ask Parnell what the meaning of life is. I don't know. The meaning of life is to murder demons. That's fun. To the potions teacher, why do you kill students? Where is the fun when everybody dies? Oh, relax, will you? If I want more students, I can just plot convenience spell some in. Besides, I'm not the one who kills them. They kill themselves by being so worthless. That right there is what we call a skill issue. To Parsley, do all your brothers have Australian strength? Okay, well, it doesn't quite work like that. You see, the reason I'm Australian isn't because I was born in Australia, it's because I was baked using Australian baking supplies. So I essentially absorbed the land down under's power. Probably why I came out so normal as compared to my brothers. I'm in constant pain! Sage, why don't you use Rosemary to eat your mom?
I've been trying to get her on board with that for weeks, but it hasn't worked out so far. Just watch. Hey, Rosemary, could you eat my mom?
Sage, I can't eat your mom.
Why not?
Because she's too fat. Your mom's fat. Question for a niece. How much for some weed brownies? 1 gold piece of pop. We'll hook you up. Question for Rosemary. What will happen if you eat yourself? Do you shrink or grow? Ooh, I wanted to answer this. So I always used to wonder, what would happen if I ate myself? Would I disappear or grow twice as big? Turns out I actually double in size.
Oh, that's how you grow so much. Wait, how do you shrink back down to normal?
I just spit myself out.
Does that mean there's, like, clones of you?
Hey, Sage, how's it going?
Rose?
Hey, Rosemaries, it's me, other Rosemary. Oh, hi, Rosemary.
Oh, God, no.
My other me's are here, Sage. Let's all have a huge party. Party. Relaxing. Is sleep a food?
It was just a dream. Oh, thank God. That was horrifying.
I eat your dream.